Hello everyone, welcome back to another P3D video. My name is Adam, and a continuation of our Greenland tour, which will culminate in an Iceland tour live on Twitch just before Christmas Day. So today's flight, we landed here at BGAA. Bit of a rough landing it was, and today we're flying from here up the west coast of Greenland. I think to the most northern airport I have for this region, BG UK, or there might be another one up here somewhere. But anyway, this runway, this airport is just as tiny as the one we're taking off from. So flying an Airbus A318 makes for a bit of fun, you know, on the landing. So yeah, 2,600 feet is the length of not only this runway, but the runway we're going to land on. So it should be fun. So it's basically literally moments after those people got off. New people will be getting on. Unfortunately, there is no parking services here at this airport. So sadly, we can't do that. We're waiting 3 minutes for the thing to align. I've set everything up basically, so as soon as that is aligned, we will get the hell out of here. Just gotta wait another 2 minutes, but everything else is set up. Wait for that to turn on. So yeah, it's yeah. Don't know what else to say. It's a beautiful morning here. It's what time is it? Where are we? We're in Asiat, Greenland. Yeah. And according to it's 6:30 in the morning. So I don't think it's actually gonna look strictly like this, considering that our UTC time is set for like something like 1 o'clock, but that's what it was, you know, when we landed. I'm just going by what it was. But yeah, I think a little reset here. I think for the next flight, I'm gonna make sure it's actually set, because I think the time has slipped a little bit somehow. The further north you go, time is a bit weird, in all honesty. So right, 60 seconds to alignment, and then we're out of here. So might as well get these lights set up now. Seatbelt signs are active. Put that on now, and any second now it's gonna up in. Oh, TCAS, let's set that up. 2,000. Might as well activate that now. TA only. Turn on the weather. There we go. Bingo, Bob. We are ready to rock. So, let's get these engines lit, my friend. Number 2. I don't expect the stewardess to be saying anything, to be fair. So literally, it's get on the runway and then straight out. I don't even know if we'll be able to take off from this runway, to be honest. Like, this one I think is shorter than the last airport I took off from, so should be interesting. Should be fun. But the next flight we do, oh no, we can do in there. See, this should have been an ATR flight. I did say to myself this would have been an ATR flight, but I'm living dangerously. I'm gonna do it, you know. So right, that's all good. I'm going to leave. Actually, I'm going to turn the APU off because the flight time is like 1 hour and 25 minutes. So very much so, we will be, you know, chopping the video and, you know, scenes of Greenland will appear with music. But this is pretty desolate now. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing here. It's great if you've got a potato PC, to be honest, because your frame rate is always going to be good. Here we go. She's lit. She's active. We're good to go here. So APU now can go off. We'll turn on the anti-ice. Actually, no anti-ice for takeoff. We need all the power we can get. Flap set. We need to set our trim 2.1 up. 2.1. set. Takeoff config is normal. Arm the spoilers. Lock the door. Weather system is on. Terrain system is on. Auto throttle is on. Taxi lights are active. We will not be using anti-ice for takeoff. That is pretty much it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. You crazy bastards wanting to fly in Greenland? What is this kind of weird holiday have you got going on here? Anyway, we'll be taking off on this British Airways flight momentarily, heading up to Upper Navik. Again, you guys must be wanting the thing to come after you. So, let's kick the tires and light the fires. Said it right the first time. Okay, let's get out of here. Boom. Make sure you guys can hear everything. Is it loud enough? One. Okay, so we're literally gonna roll onto the runway. Let me set up my lights. We're just gonna roll onto the runway and straight away take off. Like, no messing. Facts. No, I don't think I can. Yeah. Right, toga. Here we go. Oh, this ain't gonna work, is it? This is not gonna work. 60. Oh, it might do, actually. Might do. 100. Come on. Push it. Pull back. That's it. We're done. We did it! Wow, that's surprising. Gear up. That is surprising. I'm gonna leave toga going in a little bit. Autopilot on. And let's leave her climb. Man, oh man, oh man. Slats. Boom. That's how you do that. Hang on, what's this here? We gotta do a little twizzle. Booyaka shack. Woo! Yeah. Ooh, hang on. Turn that down. Don't want to be deafening you. Boom. Bye-bye. Thanks for the beer. I got wasted at the airport lounge, honestly. I bought about 20 beers. Dude, we are rocketing. This thing is in a hurry. Boom. post some dick pics into my Discord. When I say dick pics, I don't actually mean I'm going to put me knob in Discord. I'm actually going to put a picture of a plane. So let me get this right here. Boom, man, this thing is in a hurry. This plane has got somewhere to be. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're still circling the airport. There we go. Big picture of the Discord. So, unfortunately, my calculations for the airport where we're going aren't worth shit because the runway, you know, is too small. So, it's another guesswork. It's another guesswork. Look at that down there. That's the runway we took off from. Mad. But pretty cool that, you know, it's all here. Right, we kind of need to be heading off here. So it looks like we're still doing loop-de-loops. Hang on a second here. Let's go straight to direct Digi. There we go. No more loop-de-loops. That's them off. And people can use their devices. Turn that off. Everything's normal. Strobe lights off. Seatbelt signs, yep. Turn that on. Kill the chrono. We's all good now. That's it. We are on our way. So we're going up to 35,000 feet. Wow. For an hour journey. Let's see. I haven't even looked to see if there's anybody here. We could have had... Am I even connected? Yeah, we're connected. So yeah, this is where we're going. Nobody's due in. No one is doing a Greenland tour here. You know what I'm saying? We're the only mad bastards doing this. So, to be honest, Greenland's quite a nice, beautiful country, I'd say. It's the kind of location that looks good in every sim, and they all pretty much look the same. It's the continent that unifies a simulator community, because it doesn't matter if you're in Microsoft X-Plane, P3D, or even FSX. White blobs on the ground is all you get, you know. Maybe a little bit more detail in Microsoft when the servers are working. You know, when Microsoft isn't shooting itself in its own foot. I can barely hear myself. Like, by the way, this is what it must be like to be slightly deaf, because I can't. These headphones that I got, I can't hear my own voice as I speak. So my accent, my voice must sound so weird, you know, mental. So, I mean, yeah, 20,000 feet, that's pretty much it, guys. Like, I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna chop the video here, give you some beautiful, you know, views as we go, but that's pretty much it. Okay, and I'll come back when we're descending down. Okay, so we are descending past 23,000 feet, still on FLIGHTSIM. Seems to be getting a little bit darker. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I did actually, like, full transparency. After we took off and I stopped recording, my sim froze. There was an audio glitch. I don't know if it was because I stopped recording or what, but a audio DLL basically crashed and it froze my sim completely and I had to restart. Now that's the first time I've had an error like that in like a year. So when I restarted the sim, I did push the time back by an hour. So it's more in line with the real time, you know, but obviously it can't be real time because we've been flying all day. So, yeah, that's why it's just coming up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, as opposed to maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, we're coming in. We've got about 60 miles left to run. We're heading down to 2,200. Yeah. I feel like we're, I don't know, are we heading to Sopan? We're not. Shit, I forgot to remove that. We need a direct to Sopan. I was meant to remove up so we don't fly over the airport. So, there we go. We'll fly direct to Sopan instead of circling the airport, which means this plane has to dive bomb now to make the profile. I've already activated the approach phase, so I can't really do that again. But I can bring out my speed brake to help slow it down. There is a decel coming up anyway, so I think we'll be okay. So we're coming into Upper Navik, basically. Now, it's really interesting because the developer who made Upper Navik kind of made two airports here. Now, the actual ICAO code of the airport is BG UK, but if you're loading into this airport and you happen to type BGUK, what's actually going to happen is you'll be in the ground, like halfway under a mountain, because the developer put BGUK in on the ground, but this airport sits on a hill, and so the actual runway and all the airport details are in an ICAO code called BGUP. So if you're loading into this airport for the first time, you need to put BGUP in order to be on top of the ground, and everything works fine. Because if you put BGUK in, you'll be in the mountain underground. It's so weird. I don't know why he's done this, and like I said, Greenland is a little bit funky in the sim, but it's like the developer there's only one developer who's made any airports in this area, and he's just done it in such a weird way. I don't get it. I don't understand. So if you have this airport, make sure when you're searching for your airport to put BGUP, Bravo Golf Uniform Papa, because BGUK will stick you somewhere you don't want to be. Anyway, this is the chart for the area. We're heading to Sopan. We then turn on our base and then come in. The airport is, like I said, is on a hill. The elevation of that hill is 414 feet. So that's basically us. So we're going down to 2,200 for this marker. No, sorry, this marker here. And then, you know, it's going to be about 1,600 feet that we'll need to lose. So, yeah. We'll see how she goes. We'll see how she goes. Weather at the airport is -6 degrees. It's 1018, which I'm now going to set on here. There's 6 knots of wind. There's clouds at 1200. That's going to be interesting. And there's also no rain. What was that? Master caution. Speed brake still out. Oh shit. Yeah. Let's put out our slats. We're coming in pretty hot. So yeah, the airport itself is somewhere over here, I believe. So it's on one of these little islands. It's not on the mainland. It's actually, well, it is on the mainland, but it's on an island off the mainland. So it must be maybe somewhere around here. Don't know. We've got a lot of mountains, a lot of snowy terrain. I wonder if there's any aliens buried in the ice, you know? Sun is obviously just kind of peeking over the horizon. It's the worst time in the sim for P3D when it's this kind of time. So glitches galore, guys. Glitches galore. We could be having issues. So we're doing good. We're doing fine. Let's set all this up now. Let me turn on the lights. Nose light can come on. We have got the APU running and the anti-ice. That's to help us kind of slow down. We will be using the speed brake, no doubt, which is armed. We're on first stage of flaps, 10,000 feet, and here is the entry in. Pretty simple, basically. Pretty simple. So yeah, the airport is somewhere on this coast here. Maybe here. Somewhere along this coast here. So we are coming up to it. There it is. In fact, I can see it there. It's on that hill there. It's on the top of a hill. Why are we ramping up here? We have to be 5,000 feet by Sopan, so let's slow our ass down here. Another stage of flaps. That should slow us down. So yeah, airport on the hilly horizon. It's on that, I think it's that one. Oh no, it's that one, sorry. The distance, so. Crucial aspect now of the... So everyone's sat down and waiting. I'm going to turn all my lights on now so I don't have to worry. We might as well go to stage 3 for now, I guess. We'll do it a little closer to Sopan. It's an LNAV approaching, so no worries. Yeah. So this is probably the most dangerous landing here. So we're landing into BG UK, BGTL. Let me see the length on that. I want to try and Pituffic Space Base. Is that the? Yep. That runway length is 10,000 feet. BGTL. Well, in that case, what's BGQQ? This could be the A330 one. So Quannack Airport has a runway of 3,000 feet. So that's doable, I reckon, in an A330. Yeah, that's where we're going. Jesus Christ, the clouds are black. What's going on? Fucking hell. I've never seen black clouds before. Okay, so where's Sopan? Let's go with our stage 3 now. There's the airport right there. So we're basically just coming in and landing. Nice and easy. Well, BGQQ is a gravel runway with 3,000 feet, so maybe. But that space base, that actually does have airliners land there. I don't know why it's called a space base. That's weird. Well, maybe we just maybe we don't go to BGQQ because that's the Cessna one, the BGQQ. Maybe we just, do you know what? We're going to not go to BGQQ. We're going to go from BGTL to Iceland. Cut off BGQQ altogether. And that way, it's the A330. Boom. So basically, after this flight, we fly to BGTL. And then the flight after that goes to Iceland. And that is satisfying me. So, brilliant. We need to be 122 for our, 122. That's our landing speed. Okay. Airport's just there. So, looks like we're going to make our Because we need to be at 2200 by here. We need to be at 5000 by here. So I'm hoping, yeah. The plane seems to be doing its job. Other than that, everything's set up, I feel. Feel like it's, yeah, the higher north we go, the darker it's getting. You know? Let me, I had a guy reach out to me recently who's going to take part in this world flight. He's got a training center up in Scotland, you know, full motion simulators and all that. And they need help with scenery because this is the shitty thing. This world flight, which is a FLIGHTSIM event, I think, really is aimed at Microsoft and X-Plane now because they're going to airports which there isn't actually any scenery for because either the developer has pulled what scenery was available or like there is no scenery available, you know? And it's really shitty, that is, because World Flight should be a community all encompassing, but P3D is really getting kicked to the curb by what's left of the fragmented flight sim community. It's really the Microsoft community now. You know, there is no flight sim community in my eyes because it's all about the Microsoft, you know, and they tolerate X-Plane, you know, because they want to seem like, you know, they're decent. BGQQ is the highest airport that I have in Greenland in terms of, you know, on the map. But BGTL, that space base, is only just like maybe 100 miles away from it, so we're not missing much. I will show BGQQ when we land at that TL space base, which I'm kind of interested in now. It's a space base, you know. Kind of intrigued about it. But yeah, I will show it, you know, before we depart over to Iceland. So yeah, so I'm helping create airports or jig airports or source airports for this fella who you know, is taking part in World Flight in P3D, which I think is great, but it's just sad that it's no help, you know, for people who use P3D, which, you know, people do. People still use FSX, and I have seen people who still use FS 2004. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with those sims. You know, they're all finished sims. They're all working fine. So why not? Why would I want a beta sim that's glitchy and, you know, full of bugs every time there's an update when there's a stable sim to use, you know? Always about the graphics. Stability goes a long way for me over graphic. Anyway, let's focus on the flight instead of bitching. Speed brake is armed. Yep, we're on stage 3 flaps. We're coming in for our dog leg at we're going down to 2,200 now. We're turning around somewhere around here. Oh yeah, there's a picture. Okay, here we go. So as long as this dude can get me down to the final waypoint in one piece, I'll take over and land her. So We're all set up with lights. We don't need to worry. We did that very early. And as soon as we turn, we will drop the anchor and the final stage. That little island there, I believe, is where the airport is. So take me to your leader. Here we go. Looks like it's all good. It's just straight in. And it looks like it is doing its job. 3,300. That must be the UK 122. Yeah, it is. And then it'll drop me down for UKF 22. Here we go. I'm coming in, so you better get the party started. There it is, straight ahead. Approach. Wheels, flaps. We're all set up for landing. One, two,
2,500.
That's the brake fan going off. 3 green on the wheels. Let's just double check them. Yep, it's all good. Here we go. Daddy's coming in. Do a body back. This landing is going to be a miracle on the Hudson, I tell you. Because of how short the runway is. I feel like we were lucky last time. Right. So that's it, 2,200. So take me down Country Road to 1,000. And then I'll take over. Final approach.
Speed.
Mate, you've got it, you've got it.
Speed.
Right, Daddy's got the plane.
Speed.
Here we go. This is going to be interesting. The only reason this is going to be very interesting is because of how he's made the airport. Luckily, we're rolling into the taxiway. So, but there's a little town here. I wish I could shut that dude up. Is there a way to silence him? No pappies, I notice. So we just got to be precise. All right, we'll give you a little bit more speed, mate. I'm sorry, it's got to be actually. No, it's got to be because otherwise we'll run. Whoa, where's me runway gone? Whoa, hang on a second, Jimmy. Turn those lights back on. The fuck happened? Ah. They fucking turned the landing.
1,000 above.
Somebody doesn't want me to land. Is it? Yeah, completely turned off.
Minimum.
Here we go. Honestly, this has got to be perfect, this has. Because this runway is basically a dive, you know. Come on. Sorry about the speed, dude, but
Speed.
it is what it is.
Speed. Speed.
Okay, here we go.
Speed. Speed.
Here we go.
Speed. Speed. Speed.
500, 400, 300,
Retard.
160,
Speed.
20, retard, 5.
Boom, we're down. Full reverse. Maximum braking. Ah! Stop! Oh, dude, we fucking did it. Again. Legend. Booyaka shack. That's how you do it, mate. Right, I have no idea. We'll park it here. I think it's one of those where you've got to be... Oh, hello. Okay, my sound has just deteriorated, but I don't think it affects the stream or the recording, sorry. Looks like there's no services here at all. Okay, and captured. That'll do, mate. Speed brake, parking brake. Let me turn off some systems here first before shut the engines down. APU is running. Antifreeze. Yeah. Okay. Let's shut her down. And put out the usual shit. Let's see if we have any services. Nope. Can we...
Vehicles are coming now.
We can request de-icing though, so we'll have to open the doors. But unfortunately, nobody's going to be able to get off. So, bummer. There we go. Sweet. Turn the pumps off. Okay, well, we can't deboard them because there's no services here, sadly. But there we go, we landed. And you know what the landing rating is, I don't. I don't know how. So basically, this is where we'll be when we load back in. And...
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Okay, mate. You de-ice me.
We begin treatment now and observe fluid type 1.
Okay.
Concentration at 75%.
Brilliant.
We'll call you back when ready.
You do that. So that's basically it. We did it. Next video, we will be taking off from here if we can and heading to BGTL, which is just as small as this one. And it's basically quite a considerable more distance away. So that one's definitely going to have brakes in it and stuff like that. But thank you so much for watching me and joining me on my Greenland tour. I really do appreciate it. And as soon as we get to Iceland, just before Christmas Day, I'll be live on Twitch flying around Iceland in a Cessna in the winter. So that should be fun and interesting. And there are links below where you can head over and follow the channel so you get notified when I go live. It'll be a full day of flying and fun. And thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
You